Hello everyone, it's Priscilla Sid, occupational therapist, ergonomist, and I'm here to give you 3 simple questions you should ask yourself before buying a standing desk. Number 1, how high and how low does your desk go? How much weight will it support? Do you want a cranking system, a pneumatic system, or an electric system? There are perks and benefits to each, and it's important to know which one's going to work for you. Measuring how low your desk can go is extremely important because if it doesn't go low enough, you're going to end up having to buy a different chair or a footrest, and I'll show you why. If you have a chair that's fixed to this height and a desk that only drops to this height, if you see here, it's not low enough. Ideally, you want your arms to rest to the side of your body with a 90-degree angle, straight wrist, and keyboard at your fingertips. This table's too high for me. If I try to use this table, my arms come out just slightly to reach the keyboard, but also what ends up happening is you'll see that there's pressure up against my forearm by the table here, which is not good for the nerves and all the soft tissues that run around your hand, your forearm. Over time, it could cause some tingling or some achiness. So you have to make sure that you get a desk that drops down to the height that you actually need so that you're allowed to have a more neutral arm while typing. If you do have a chair that goes up higher, great. Just bring it up to where you have this arm relaxed to the side, 90-degree bend at the elbow, and a straight wrist with keyboard at your fingertips. However, now my feet are on my tippy toes, which is not what I want, but that's easy. That's an easy solution. You just add a footrest. The same goes for how high your desk goes. You want to know what the length from your elbow to the floor is so that you could choose accordingly. For an electric desk, if you're trying to decide whether you should have memory or not, really it's a preference thing. I, for one, do not like memory only because I wear different types of shoes every day, which means it's going to generate a different height for the desk for that day. Really what I go by is my arm, and what that looks like is my arm resting to the side comfortably with a 90-degree bend at the elbow and a straight wrist and keyboard at my fingertips. That's where I stop my desk. But if you are consistent with the type of shoes that you wear and you don't want to bother having to really check, it makes it easier for you. You're more than likely going to stand through the day, then just get memory. If you decide to go with a cranking type desk like the one I have here, you want to be aware of how heavy your desk is going to be while cranking. For example, I purchased this a few years ago, and now I've upgraded to a heavier desktop. I have a printer and a whole bunch of different things that I add on top. And now cranking this is not so easy anymore, which for me, it's just no longer functioning. And also, it was unable to support all of the weight and now basically doesn't work. If you plan on going with a pneumatic or mnemonic, I'm not sure how you say it, but if you're planning on going with one of those desks, you should really check how much weight it supports. A lot of them don't support that much, and depending on how much you have on top of your desk, it won't be beneficial for you. For example, I have this Apple monitor that weighs about 20 pounds, laptop sometimes too, a box to bring up my monitor, keyboard, whatnot, and a large printer that I need to print out things for my patients who cannot receive emails. So really consider what is it that you're going to put on top of your desk and choose accordingly. If you'd like to learn more about buying ergonomic equipment, you could either subscribe to my YouTube channel or visit my website at ergotherapy.us/resources.